Hi everyone, Lee Pacchia here. I'm joined in studio today by Professor Feld from New York Law School. We're talking tax law today. Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Lee.
So, interesting developments earlier this week. Cono Namoroto was well, I was going to say appointed, but the president really said he intends to appoint him to lead the Department of Justice's tax division. Tell us a little bit about this appointment should it come to pass. What's it going to mean?
Well, the tax division of the Department of Justice has a very important mission in terms of enforcing the nation's tax laws through civil litigation and criminal litigation. Mm-hmm. And its responsibilities have broadened over the years. It includes, for example, as a high priority, the prosecution of stolen identity refund cases. It continues to deal with the problems associated with tax defiers and tax protesters who insist on undermining our system of justice and taxation, as well as return preparers, promoters of abusive shelters, and a wide variety of other folks who engage in noncompliance. Mm-hmm. The tax division has been without leadership for more than 6 months when Catherine Keneally, who was the former Assistant Attorney General, left to return to private practice. And so it's very important for the tax division to have that leadership because it needs to continue its mission effectively. And I can't think of anyone in the United States more qualified than Cono Namoroto mm-hmm. to take this position and move the tax division forward for the next couple of years. Cono has experience in the tax division, included being a trial attorney, a supervisory attorney, chief of the criminal section, principal deputy many, many years ago. Later on in the Bush administration, he served in the IRS as the director of the Office of Professional Responsibility and an assistant commissioner for certain designated matters. He's got a distinguished career in private practice at the firm of Caplin and Drysdale mm-hmm. in Washington, D.C. He's prosecuted cases, he's defended cases, mm-hmm. he's got excellent judgment, he understands Washington, understands the politics, and I hope he can be successful in persuading Congress to give him some more money so that he can hire the lawyers necessary to do this terribly important job.
Right, but first Congress is going to have to sign off on the appointment. How do you see them viewing someone like this taking this role?
I don't anticipate any major problems with Cono Namoroto's confirmation mm-hmm. as Assistant Attorney General. I think that it would be unanimously agreed that he is fully qualified to take the position, and I think he's well respected in the Washington legal community and in the political community, and I don't foresee any problems in that regard.
Looking past the nomination process, this gentleman would be stepping into an important office at an interesting time in this nation's history. What's the first thing you do if you're in their shoes?
As Assistant Attorney General? Well, first of all, you want to send a message to the people within your division that they now have a coach, a leader, that's going to do everything possible to make their jobs more interesting and to give them the support that they need in order to fulfill their responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And I think Cono will be able to do that very, very effectively. Since he served there, he knows what it's like to be a lawyer in the trenches. In fact, he began his career as a special agent in the Criminal Investigation Division of the IRS back in the 1960s. So he's seen the gamut of enforcement both at the IRS and at the tax division, and of course as a superb defense lawyer in this area.
You were talking before about the line between civil and criminal cases. Looking out over the next couple months and perhaps years, where is the trend line heading in terms of the mix between civil and criminal. How do you see this playing out?
Well, the problem that the tax division faces is a budgetary problem. There is an associated problem at the IRS, which is a budgetary problem. The number of special agents doing criminal investigations at the IRS has dropped dramatically. And unfortunately, it appears that it's going to continue to drop. There are less than 2,500 special agents in the IRS to devote themselves to tax compliance for the entire United States of America, civil, criminal, corporate, and individual. And those are the people who make the cases, because those cases are referred to the tax division for litigation purposes, whether it's prosecution or civil litigation. So it's a tremendous challenge. I think that Cono will do as much as humanly possible to make sure that he's maximizing the resources that Congress gives him to move enforcement forward in this very important area.
Professor, thanks so much for stopping by today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
That's Professor Feld from New York Law School. If you'd like to see more of the stuff they're working on, be sure to go check them out online at nyls.edu. I'm Lee Pacchia. Thanks for watching.